Good Friday to everyone. This is your boy Savar Matner, back again with a reaction video. I'm gonna drop a couple of them today, actually. One for the members, a couple for you guys. I'm still a little bit under the weather. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit better. Yesterday it was horrible. Tuesday I got sick, got a fever. Wednesday I felt a little bit better, just fatigue. Then Thursday is like all hell broke loose. It's like it. Ugh. And today I'm coming back out the rut again, and I found out I do have RSV. I went to the emergency room here yesterday because it got bad yesterday. But it's RSV, and they said that it's gonna be like that some days. It's gonna be in waves, and it said it lasts about 7 days or so. So I'm hoping to come out the woodworks here sometime Sunday or Monday, but still have a good appetite. Just my body's like, hey, it's fighting it off. It's a respiratory virus as well. Mainly upper respiratory virus, and I have been still trying to stay active, still laying around the bed. But the doctor did tell me the best thing to do is to rest, not to do too much activity, because, like you say, when you do activity, your immune system gets suppressed a little bit. Doing anything cardio related can make it harder on you through your recovery. So today I decided, instead of laying in the bed like I did most of the day yesterday, to get up, eat, come on in here and make you guys a little bit of content. So that's what I'm doing. As of right now, the live stream probably will be pushed until next week. As you guys know, I am a veteran. I'm working on a piece tomorrow to upload here on YouTube commemorating Veterans Day. And why that day to me hasn't been the same for the last 3 years. And it stems around the story about my aunt and everything that kind of took place the day of and after Veterans Day. So I'm going to be doing that video here as well and releasing it tomorrow, since tomorrow's Veterans Day. And it's a story that I wanted to tell. And hopefully it impacts the lives of my veteran brothers and sisters, as well as those who are suffering with depression and is addicted to medication. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow as well. But in the meantime, this first reaction video is about Boogie2988. And listen, Mr. Snowflake has been doing some stellar work. I'm going to link his channel down below. He did a 4-part series to Boogie. He's on like part 16 with Amberlyn Reed. And honestly, I'm not going to go back all over 16 parts of Amberlyn. I'm going to probably react to the one he dropped yesterday and lead that to the members only video. And then when I get to my live stream, which will probably be pushed to next week, when I get to my live stream, we're going to react over parts 3 and 4 of the Boogie documentary he just got done doing, as well as some Emily Reed stuff. I'm also working on a part 2 of the Wasted series with the cops. So that should be dropping here next week. And we're going to also react to some of those clips as well during the live stream that I'm working on. And then I'm going to talk about vegan gains here. That'll be the next video today that's going to get uploaded. And I'm looking at one cop video that's going to get uploaded today that I just seen off of active self-protection that came out of my backyard out of Houston, Texas, that really caught my eye. So without further ado, let's talk about Boogie real quick. Now, for those of you that don't know, Boogie was a guy that had a hard childhood. Most of us have had, for the most part, a pretty tough childhood. But Boogie was exposed to, I guess, molestation, beatings. He was made fun of as a kid, so he gained like tons of weight. He was like 600 pounds at one point, I think. The man ended up having gastro, whatever you call it, they cut your stomach and make it smaller surgery. Don't get me to a fucking butchering fucking names. But he had that surgery performed. He had dropped a lot of weight. But in between all that, he became obsessed with YouTube. And he tried to make his channel a weight loss channel, and he kind of failed with that. And then he just did a lot of cringe shit. All right, from pretty much being borderline a pedophile to this narcissistic, I guess you can say, fat fuck. He's the type of guy that you wouldn't want to be around him too much. It's like his ick will rub off on you. But without further ado, let's react to Mr. Snowflake's documentary. We're going to look at part 1 of this. And I'm not going to react to the whole 20-minute video. Just, I'm going to look at the main parts that I already seen all 4 parts. and I want to give my opinion on some of the things that I see about Boogie. And listen, I started watching Boogie here, say about 3 years ago, when Allen Roberts tried to help him with weight loss. They were playing the cruise. Maybe a little bit longer than that. They were playing the cruise at one point. And, Boogie, at the last minute, I think he opted out. It was a lot going on with that. Allen can tell you the story better than I can because him and Allen was trying to put some shit together. But that's when I started watching Boogie. And then he did this Francis character. There was another guy, I can't think of his name right now. He was acting like a spoiled kid on YouTube. His dad would come in and tear up his Xbox and shit all the motherfucking time. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, is it Mr. McNuggets or some shit? I think it's Mr. McNuggets. Let me look at my subscription real quick. I'm actually going to do it in real time. I used to be subscribed to his fucking channel. Let me see. Let me look at some real quick here. I want to say it was Mr. McNugget or some stupid ass shit like that. Let me look. He was the guy who had like the angry dad. Like it was fucking crazy as fuck. I'm looking at my save videos, some stuff that was just fucking crazy as fuck that I saved on YouTube. So whenever I want to go back and have a good laugh, I can go back and have a good laugh. Let me see. Where's it at? Where's it at? Come on. ERB. Those are rap battles. That was some funny ass rap battles. Oh, I'm still looking, guys. Give me a second. I think his name was Mr. McNuggets. I thought I had him in here. You know what? Let me just type it in. I think that was his name. I think that's what it was. Yeah, Mr. Jigger Nuggets. Yeah. Not Mr. Mac Jugger Nuggets. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. So anyway, Mac Jugger Nuggets. Yeah, that was that fucking guy. So anyway, he pretty much tried to do that shit, and that shit was fucking crazy as fuck. But without further ado, let's dive into Boogie. And so I can give my 2 cents on this. Once again, part 3 and part 4, we'll be going over live on the live stream here. And once again, it'll be next week. So let's get started with this, shall we? Once again, this is a Mr. Snowflake production. You guys can go check out Mr. Snowflake channel. I will link it down in the description below. It took me a while to understand why he called himself Snowflake, but he's not a snowflake. The channel is dedicated to snowflakes. It's fucking hilarious.
Is this what you guys want to see? You want to see crazy?
You're not crazy, Boogie. You're not even a narcissist. You just cringe. You're a lol cow. I mean, look at those man boobs. For God's sake. A man can titty fuck you. I mean, you have bigger tits than some of the women that I know. Holy fuck.
I can show you crazy.
Get your teeth fixed. Damn.
They love you because you gave birth to me.
I'm gonna kind of ruin this, but there's a part where he goes to the cemetery. Well, Monterey, where his mom's buried at with his family, and I think they was in Arkansas. After hours, he walked in there and he was talking to his mom, and he said at one point his mom didn't like him just sitting on his ass doing YouTube. And then when he became YouTube famous, he kind of rubbed it in his mom's face, and then he goes to the cemetery and it's cringe as fuck. We'll get to that in a second.
We just were not clicking and we were fighting and we were resenting.
That's his ex-wife he called. Listen, Boogie was on YouTube telling everybody about his personal marriage life all the time. Now, guys, I'm a married man going on 17 years come February. Matter of fact, this month on the 26th, I'll make 17 years of dating when we first met. And then February, I'll make 17 years of marriage. So even with me, I don't talk about me and my wife business. Like, I don't tell you guys everything we do. I tell you guys if I make her mad, there's certain things that'll make her mad. But, the one thing you don't do is come on here and just diverge all of your spouse's business. I think a lot of things should be kept between you and your spouse. That's just things you don't do. You don't come here and digurge everything about your spouse. So I think right there, that is cringe as fuck. But he was doing it for attention, like Lord Cow, like it was fucking sick.
Each other for things.
Oh man, listen, Keem, and I like the Mills Lanes reference in this match. The ball hit a ref to the right. Mills Lanes. Let me get something straight. Not Mills Lanes. Keemstar. Keemstar got you and Wings, a pedophile who's a fat fuck, and a guy who borderline's a pedophile, but is more of a, I guess, a pervert. 800 pounds of fatness in a ring to try to revamp y'all's channel. Keemstar used y'all as pawns and made bank off y'all dumbasses. And Boogie, you have to learn how to punch. You got your ass handed to you. Like, that was horrible.
This is my home.
This is where I took notice of Boogie right here. When that YouTube guy came to his house trolling. Listen, let me go big with this. I want you guys to understand something. I want you guys to hear what I'm about to say. There are just certain things you don't do. It's kind of like the prankster who got shot, I think up in Dallas somewhere. The guy got shot in the mall, pranking people. His YouTube channel was based on pranking, and this dude shot him. There are just some things you don't do. And I'm going to make this crystal clear. If I don't know you, you're not welcome at my house. If I didn't ask you to come over, you know, I got takeout coming to the house, you know, you're not welcome at my house. All right? There's a notion that, and nowadays everybody's armed with something. Here's what I want you people to understand. I'm trying to tell you guys something to say you like, because everybody's on edge as of late. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but everybody's on edge as of late. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, I have plenty of weapons in this motherfucker. Plenty. Okay? I usually sleep with one eye open. My family comes first. Now, Boogie set himself up in that clip because he told the guy to come over, even though he was being sarcastic. But then he shot around in the air like an idiot. All right? Boogie should have warned him one time, walk away. I'm going to count to 30. I got the laws coming over here. If you don't leave, I'm going to shoot you. Now, all Boogie had to say is do what I'm about to do right now, so it's caught on camera. If you come to my house and I don't know you, this your warning. Don't come to my house because I'm going to blow your brains out. If I don't know you and I know you come to start some shit, and I don't know you, I ain't got time for it. That's your warning right there. So if that was to ever to occur, I got documented evidence telling people don't come to my house. I don't know you. If you got a problem on YouTube, tell me in the comment section. But my wife and kids come first. And so you better make sure you pray to your maker before you come over here. And a lot of times there be trolls, they think it's funny. They think won't nothing happen to them. But you got individuals like me that air your ass out. Because my wife and kids come first. You'll be a statistic on the goddamn TV screen. And where I live at in Georgia, it's stand your ground state. I don't fucking know you. I fear for my life. Therefore, I shot you. I'm not going to shoot no warning shot in here. I'm not going to do that. Because a bullet has to come down somewhere. I'm just going to fill your ass up with holes. And then you get put on YouTube. Because I'm going to put the video on YouTube. And you'll be a statistic right there. Get ready to get packed out to the fucking morgue somewhere. It's not worth your life come to somebody's house to prove a point to do content. Or let alone play pranks on people. You don't know what that person might be going through that day. Like that prankster that got shot up in Dallas. I think it was in Dallas. I don't know. I keep thinking Dallas. That's you don't do that type of shit. And a lot of it is just it's the youth and fat fucks who think it's funny. You have people sending fentanyl-laced letters to elected officials because they don't like how the election's going to turn out here next year. As a scare tactic. You got people making death threats. And here's new for everybody's on death row. We all going to die. That's like the gayest thing in the fucking world. But there's rumblings going around that in Congress, they finna get strict on that shit. And the people that might be getting caught down the line might be instead of getting up, hey, here's probation 3 years, don't do it again, might end up getting some time because it's getting to a point to where you think you can't be found. And it's getting easier to track this shit down. Because this talks. Social media talks. You have agents that you don't know that you might be talking to that's planted as trolls in these back servers. So y'all doing this dumb shit thinking you won't get caught. Everybody has a price. This, the almighty dollar. Everybody has a price. So that's why I don't pay to do shit. Back in the day, crank calls used to be funny. Then it got borderline cringe. Then doxing used to be a scare tactic. It's the gayest thing in the fucking world because everybody's doxed. When you get letters coming to your house from telemarketers, your address has been doxed. It's public knowledge. So all this stuff, I'm just saying. What Boogie did, Boogie set himself up for that. So, ain't nobody welcome at my house. That's why a lot of YouTubers get P.O. boxes. I'm not finna go to a mailbox to get fucking mail. Just send the mail to my motherfucking house. I ain't got time to go into the post office to get some mail. Okay? But all this shit thinking you guys can't be found. When you guys update y'all servers and try to hide, guess what? Cops are updating the same shit. They getting the same shit from the black market. It's profit. People flip all the time. Look at what's going on with Donald Trump. People are flipping all the time. Profit, self-greed. They don't want to go down with the ship, so they'll save their own ass. Well, I'm going to send some fentanyl-laced letters. I'm going to send a death threat. I'm going to call this senator's house and threaten his fucking wife. And think y'all won't be found because y'all using apps. Here's newsflash. Congress is already figuring out how to deal with that shit too. I've been hearing a lot of shit coming out of Congress. Because y'all pissing off Republicans. See, Democrats sit there and cry about it. You're pissing off Republicans, so they're going to do something about it. So, but all I just said, man, don't listen. If you want to sell in the ring, sell in the ring. You know, but don't be sending death threats. Just like Derek Lunsford from the Olympia. That dude got death threats. You think Derek Lunsford ain't going to find out who done that shit? Because somebody's going to snitch. All Derek got to do is put up a $20,000 reward, whoever done that. Somebody's going to snitch. 20 grand, just a snitch? I'm going to snitch. Come on, man. Y'all, I'm trying to school y'all. You ain't never too big to get caught. There are people getting caught 10 years from now that did something 10 years ago that was notorious, like sending out packages and shit. That was notorious. I thought they wasn't going to never get caught. They finally got caught. Now they facing 20-some years in prison for some stupid shit. It makes no sense. Think about your freedom. It's okay to have a little jokingly fun, but think about your freedom. Think about your freedom. That's all. I'm going to leave it at that. Think about your fucking freedom. Think about your life.
You are not welcome here. You have threatened my life. I'm asking you to leave. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to fire a warning shot.
Fire it now. Fire the warning shot now.
And he did. In the air. Bullets come down, Boogie. That was no. So anyway, let's watch Boogie real quick.
My real name is Stephen. I grew up in the southwestern part of Virginia in a small town called St. Paul.
Virginia.
It only had about 1,000 people in it. And it was part of the coal mining belt here in America.
Okay.
And of course my dad mined coal. It was a very hard job, which made him very sad. And my mother was a teacher, but she was always very sad.
So see, listen. Your mother was a teacher, but she was sad all the time. Most teachers that I know enjoy doing what they do as teachers. And if your dad was a coal miner, y'all made pretty good, decent money. You was in Virginia, a blue-collar state. I'm willing to bet you had a pretty good upbringing. Listen. You was eating pretty well as a kid because some of these pictures that I'm about to see in a second, you put on weight very fast at an early age. So that means you weren't missing no meal. You probably was spoiled rotten. And I believe a lot of your backstory about your mama whooping your ass and shit and pedophilia and shit, even though it can't be proven, I doubt that all that happened. I think those are just excuses to get sympathy. That's me. Don't take it the wrong way. But Your dad was a coal miner, hard-working man in Virginia? Your mother's a school teacher. In Virginia, that blue-collar state? Then you being a pretty chubby kid at an early age tells me y'all wasn't one for nothing too much, homeboy. You was eating pretty goddamn good. That's just me.
About her life and everything that had happened up to then. So my dad was almost always at work, and that left me alone with my
I mean, look at you, man. You got glasses, a nice Gilbert, well, not Gilbert, God freak. What's the guy name? Eric Cartman-like style hairdo. I mean, you look like the typical big kid that's just spoiled rotten. Spoiled teddy bear. No offense. Spoiled teddy bear.
was always sad all the time.
I mean, look at you. You're not sad all the time. You're smiling in these photos. And look how big you is. You gotta be between 5 and 8 in these damn pictures. Dude, you was eating good as a kid. Bullshit.
Sometimes she'd get really angry and she'd scream at me, and that happened almost every day. And
You don't fit that narrative. If your mom was angry with you and screaming at you every day, you wouldn't turn out and be doing what you were doing right now. Most kids that have a hard childhood coming up, that's abuse and all that shit, they don't too much. They stay to themselves. They get very reclusive. They stay to themselves. Because they don't have no people skills. They have absolutely no people skills. So they stay to themselves. You fit that narrative. You seem like the type of guy that stayed to himself.
sometimes she'd hit me, and that happened every day too.
See?
Old dad liked to
So,
drink, and he liked to drink.
so your mom whooped your ass every day. Every day she found something to beat your ass about for no reason at all. Because your dad worked all the time. She knew that before she had you. So if she didn't adapt to that as well as being a teacher, then that's failure on her behalf. And I doubt that happened. That's just a sympathy story for you to try to cash in on your audience, which back then it worked. But people seen through your facade pretty quick.
Drink past Blue Ribbon, and he drank like 20 or 30 of them a day. And
There's no way your dad drank 20 or 30 beers a day. That's a lie right there. How can he work at a coal mine hundreds and hundreds of feet down below the earth's surface in a coal mine, mining coal and shit, drunk? If a man drank 20, 30 beers every day, he'll have pretty much alcohol poisoning by the week's end, if not that day. He'll be dead. So that's a lie. Now, if you would say he drunk about 8 beers a day, I can kind of believe that. Back in my drinking day, my heyday, I could drink about 6 to 10 Budweisers a day. Okay, so I can understand, that many beers, maybe a 12 pack, 6 to 12 pack of beer a day, 20 to 30 Pat's Blue Ribbon, whatever the fuck them beers were that South Park made fun of. I'll kill you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. So right there, that's a lie. Okay, that's a blatant lie.
that's pretty much all he did.
So if that's all he didn't raise you. If all he did was drink all day, every day, then how the fuck he had a job as a coal miner? That makes no sense, Boogie. It makes no sense. Just saying.
Eventually, all that drinking and smoking and coal mining caught up to my dad. Something went wrong in his brain. They called it alcoholic seizures, though it pretty much was just like a stroke, and it left him like a stroke victim. Then my mother...
If he drank all day, he probably had a stroke. Alcohol will raise your blood pressure, it'll raise your heart rate. Alcohol poisoning. And if he drank 30 beers a day, he should have been had that happen to him. So like I said, your story's already got holes in it, just saying.
It was already pretty sad and already pretty angry, but even sadder.
Now, your mom was eating good. So see, right here, I already got this picture in my brain that y'all were just some obese people. It's not genetic. See, I gotta take a pop shot at Greg Doucette real quick. He just dropped the video, and I might go over it here next week. genetics don't mean shit. You're not born obese. Becoming obese happens over time. Okay? I don't have the genetics to become obese. That's a lie. I used to be fat. I did something about it. Everybody has a muscular skeleton. Genetics play a part in on how you're going to look in certain areas of your body or just your overall features of your body. Everybody have strong genetics somewhere. So all this, and that's one of the most gayest things to say, because it'll make a person, right, not want to pursue weight loss. Everybody can build a physique. Everybody. I have a decent physique. I'm putting a picture up right now. This was taken here the other day. This was out the filter. I can build that physique naturally, which is what I'm doing currently. I'm going to stay natural. And it'll be a damn good physique eventually with hard work, feeding the food, and resting. So, Boogie, because later on down the line, you're going to say, well, my genetics played this, blah, blah, blah. That's why I'm fat. No, it's you eating. But when people use the word genetics, that's an excuse to continually to eat the fuck you want. And bodybuilding genetics play a part in how muscle bellies might look on your frame. Certain areas may be stronger than others. Everybody has just a strong area on their bodies, and everybody have a weak spot on their bodies. That's it. You have one strong dominant feature and one weak feature. Then your rest of your body is just the way that it is. You can build it and be nice. Nobody's going to have strong features all over their fucking body. Or weak features all over their fucking body. So genetics don't mean shit in the grand scheme of things. You can build a damn good physique if you really want to. With the right coaching and knowing what the fuck you're doing. I just had to put that out there. But it looks like right here that y'all were just some big motherfuckers. All y'all wanted to do was eat. So that tell me right there, y'all wasn't poor, one for shit. And if your mama jumped on your ass all the time, maybe because of high estrogen and being that big will have inflammation around the brain, which will cause you to have a cognitive decline on making decisions, executive functionings of your brain when it comes to making decisions and doing things that you know that might be wrong, but you're doing them anyway because in your mind you think it's right. It also has a higher rate of narcissistic behavior.
Got even angrier, and the bad stuff she did started happening more often, and the good stuff she did kind of disappeared. I didn't really have any friends at school either, which kind of sucked.
So pretty much Boogie's going around, he's crying right now. We're going to skip some of this shit. He's telling his backstory, and then he's going to talk about how he got into YouTube, blah, blah. Let me skip a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to watch the whole thing. You guys can go see. I've seen it already. You can go watch it on the Snowflake channel.
Angry. And then we got some more bad news. She fell and broke her leg, and that leg would never heal. So she was...
Okay, let me wind. I think he's talking about his mom's sickness.
That was just the beginning of health problems for my family because...
Now look how big you is, dude.
And being fatter made me sadder, and I get more depressed and more fat. Till eventually I was...
That should have been your wake-up call. Holy fuck. I got fat, so I got more depressed, so therefore I kept stuffing my face. That should have been a fucking wake-up call. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Fatter than I'd ever been. But that was just the beginning of health problems.
Man, listen. Your face in this picture. I know you're not as big as you used to be. You had the surgery and all that shit. Your face probably weigh more than both my arms combined. Your whole head. Your head. You holding so much fat around your head, on your skull, and I know that's causing swelling on the brain. Headaches for days. But I bet your whole skull, your head with your brain and that fat probably weigh more than both my arms combined. That is sad, man. That's sad.
For my family because my dad passed. He died of cancer.
Okay. Now, if your dad drunk as much as he drunk and did the things he did, then being a coal miner, you run the risk of being exposed to certain chemicals and you know that come from coal, radiation, a lot of carbon monoxide. Like, that's a lot that goes into being a coal miner. So that's why coal miners, in my opinion, should be getting paid exceptionally well, you know, but because they're mining coal for fossil fuel and a lot of other shit. But it comes at a risk of getting cancer, especially out of the lungs, right? Respiratory, because you're in smog most of the time. You're in a very contaminated area with a lot of particles in the air, and that could contaminate your lungs. And over time, you take your cells in your lungs, and you'll get lung cancer. That and drinking sped it up if that happened. I'm like, say once again, sorry for your loss.
That made my mom really, really sad and really angry. And then we got some more bad news. She fell and broke her leg, and that leg would never heal. So
now the leg probably wasn't healing because being obese, having a hormonal imbalance, not getting enough fatty essential acids, right? Which is essential to the body, especially omega 6 and 9s. All right, omega 3s you can get just from eating fish, but the 6 and 9 the body doesn't produce on its own, so you need to ingest that. Okay, not having that, not getting enough vitamin D in her diet, you know, taking the multivitamin, getting out in the sun, vitamin C for immune health, all that stuff, magnesium. You know, it's a lot of stuff you need for the body to function properly. But the omega 3s, 6 and 9s is good for skin. Like that shit helps with skin production. Cholesterol is good. Too high though can be a problem, you know, with arteries and shit. But you know, getting some healthy fats in your diet does help with skin production. It helps with repairing skin, healing the body, giving it what it needs. And if you're not doing that, you're gonna have a problem, a serious fucking problem.
she was unable to work. And if you thought she was crazy before, I pushed her over the edge.
Man, you just talking bad about your mom. Look, your mom birthed you, motherfucker. Listen, your mom gave you life. She gave you life. Just keep that in the back of your head.
And all this bad luck and all this poor health and all this misfortune made me sadder.
Look at the games. You got an Xbox 360. I seen a PlayStation. I think that was a 3 over there or 2. You got games, big TVs. All this at your disposal. Lazy, non-working motherfucker. And you wonder why your mom was hard on you. No, she wasn't hard on you as a kid. She spoiled you as a kid. Your dad should have been beating your ass as a kid. Your mom spoiled you. You became a grown, fat, lazy, dependent man, not an independent man. You depended on your mom to keep taking care of you. And she's taking care of a grown man, working, stressed out. She's not healthy. She lost her husband. You don't want to do shit but sit on your ass and play video games and what's wrong with me? And then you wonder why your mom was on your ass and being crazy on your ass. Yeah, I would have put my foot in your ass too. You're a grown ass man not doing shit for yourself. But you want to see and paint this picture that your mom was a bad woman. She was an educator. Hats off to her. She was married to a coal miner, if that's true. Hats off to her. That's a hard job. She may not have made the proper health choices, but she was taking care of a grown-ass man up until the day she died. Boogie.
And angrier than I had ever been. And I decided not to leave my house. And I didn't.
Look, don't want to leave your own house.
And I became poorer and poorer and poorer.
Just sympathy.
Eventually, there was nothing left. So I just kind of tried to survive, and it was really hard.
You could have stopped eating for 2 weeks. All that fat on your ass would have been sufficient food. The body would have did just that. The body would have went through ketosis. It would have broke all that fat down with ketones the liver produces. You would have started losing weight. You would have had energy, enough carbs, because ketone would have took the fat, made sugar for the body to function off of carbs, glucose, and all that good shit, glycogen. You could have missed me. All you need was water. You just had some water, you've been fine. You've been fine. You should have got you a job.
But supported me and he kept me alive. And
See, you depend on others. You're not independent. Even now, you e-begging. You depend on other people to take care of you. You're a grown ass man in your 40s. You got high estrogen, bro. No testosterone. Grab your nuts.
eventually something new and exciting was going to happen to me. And
Look, holy fuck, man. God damn, dude, you. Look at this. Look at this. Now, this is where people start to take notice of you. People love to laugh at shit like this. And back in the day, YouTube, remember broadcast yourself? When YouTube was unhinged, this was comical. Then, of course, everybody got woke. People started complaining about shit, and then things had to change. Okay, which I think that's infringing on people's freedoms and liberties. I think you ought to be able to express yourself any way the fuck you want to without being censored. All right? But YouTube had to dumb it down. And so, you know, back then, people loved watching the big obese man make fun of himself. Because believe it or not, a lot of people love to see people fail. And honestly, I think people were watching your channel like Nick Avocado, watching the channel to wait to see when you were going to have your heart attack. That's just facts. Facts. Your chest weigh more than me. Now, I'm 170 pounds right now, mainly all muscle. Your chest weigh more than me. I'm sick with RSV right now. Getting better. Right? I still got energy. I've been eating, but not like I normally eat. I'm actually cutting the carbs down. I really miss my cardio. I'm going to pick it back up probably on Sunday. I'm going to start a day early and do cardio most next week and, you know, get back to my weightlifting. I've been back lifting weights, of course. But I couldn't see myself as big as you. I mean, I used to be kind of chubby. I got up there and I realized, hey, man, I started having issues. And I used to smoke. I used to drink. And then I started having heart palpitations. And, you know, back then before I got into health and fitness, I had this notion that, oh, well, it must be genetics. Heart issue runs in my family. Cholesterol runs in my family. It must be genetics. See? Genetics. Lying to the blind masses. But once I got hip to the shit and I became a personal trainer and realized, no, it's nutrition. It's what you put into your body that dictates you having high blood pressure, heart disease. Heart disease can be genetically scripted from DNA, but you know, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all that stuff is what you do. It's how you eat. It's what you eat. It's what you put in your body. What you put in here dictates what happens throughout your whole body. And I mean, Jesus Christ, man, you got enough fat in your ass to feed half Africa. No offense to the starving people over in Africa. Just saying. Look at that shit. Cringe as fuck. Oh my God. In slow motion, it's even worse. In slow motion, wait a minute. In slow motion, that was even worse. Holy fuck. Look at this shit. Now, look, oh my God. Holy fuck. Listen. Your hand can't even reach back to wipe your ass. I feel sorry for the drawers you must have wore in your po toilet. Jesus Christ. Any woman that actually gave you some ass, Jesus, if you can't even wipe your ass, I know you ain't clean your dick good, because you gotta be able to get in there to scrub your balls. Holy fuck. Oh, that just hurt my, oh, Jesus Christ. This is one of the reasons why you shouldn't want to get fat. For just hygienic purposes alone. Holy fuck, man. Like, this is just cringe as fuck. So anyway, so this is why his mom was on his ass. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit more. Let me get to some stuff here. So, oh, we got to add. Because, of course, I ain't downloading this video. We are on YouTube. There we go.
Yeah, he's pretty damn sorry. Hey, what do you think about him being on that TV?
Now, look. His mom died from diabetes. She's cooking for him and her. Asking, you know, her, hey, mom, you know, I'm getting kind of famous on YouTube, you know. How does it feel to have a famous son on YouTube? And the mom said, well, there go my sorry son on YouTube. Because in her mind, yeah, your dad was a coal miner. That's a real man. Your mom's like, and yes, dad should have played his role. He didn't. He worked hard to provide. Mama was stuck with working at school apparently and trying to take care of you. You were spoiled. You didn't have no sense of urgency. Your dad was a working man. And we have gotten away here in America on what it means, men in general, on what it is, what it means to go to work. There are more women doing man jobs now than ever because most men don't want to do work. They want to be YouTubers. They want to be TikTokers. They want to be Instagram goers. They want to use social media as a platform. Here's a news flash. Women tend to make more bar none doing social media than men. Why? Because men would rather watch women make content than other men. And women would rather watch women make content than men. So women gets both male and female engagement, especially when they look good. Males, when they do YouTube or Instagram, whatever, they get a small percentage of females. Not a lot of guys want to see other guys do shit unless it's some hardcore man shit. That's it. That is the sad reality. Or unless you're going to do a lot of drama videos. Then men and women, because men and women love chaos and drama, they'll watch. They want a good laugh. That is it. The people that watched Boogie back in the day, they watched Boogie for entertainment. He was making the ass out of himself. And people found that funny. It was borderline cringe. But people love watching other people make an ass out of themselves. That's just the truth. But his mom died from diabetes, which should have been a wake-up call for Boogie. Why you think she had diabetes? She was obese most of her life, probably ate a lot of carbs. Carbs digest just like sugar. Gets in the bloodstream. Spike your A1C. It'll cause your pancreas to shut down due for constant overinflammation. You build up some type of resistance. Because the body doesn't need to, your pancreas doesn't need to regulate sugar anymore. You're constantly giving it sugar. So therefore, it will shut down the production of sugar. You build up insulin resistance to it. And thus, your body, you need sugar to function. The body's not doing what it needs to do. It's not processing it. It's not filtering it. And so, therefore, it's not utilizing sugar no more. When you are obese, you always in a constant state of inflammation. That's why that happens a lot of times. So that's why you need to diet and exercise. You need to use up your sugar stores so the body can constantly regulate it regularly. If you never use said sugar that you put in your body, mainly it's carbohydrates, it's stored as fat. And then the more fat you store, the more inflammation markers you'll have, especially when you digest a lot of sugar, the worse off you're going to be. And you're a bit of an insulin resistance faster when you're obese than say someone that's skinny and not as active as they should be. Should have been a wake-up call for Boogie, but it wasn't. And I hate to see him using his mom as a prop comment for videos. I think that's gay as fuck.
Well, that's not fun.
What do you think about him being on that internet, that YouTube?
That's not fun.
You think it's crazy?
As long as it don't exist, I'm happy with it.
Look at her. She is cooking for him and her in a wheelchair. He should be cooking for his mom at that age. Period. Period. If my mom was in the situation that this lady was in and was living with me, right? And I know she couldn't stand anymore or none of this, I would do everything in my power to make sure my mom was getting properly bathed, eating well, because that's your mom. Same if it was my dad. That's your parent. Just saying, man. And you wonder why you're having bad luck? Honor thy father and thy mother. That's one of the 10 commandments.
I was there about a week before she died, and I gave her a good death. As I came into the room, she said,
narcissistic as hell. You gave her a good death. How? How did you give your mom a good death? By coming in the room. You're telling us this, but we don't know if it's true or not. By coming in the room, hyping up some story for sympathy points, and then seeing your mom apologize to you for all the stuff she did, which I doubt. I think she was just being a real good parent to you and then trying to tell you how to be a man and you didn't want to listen. And this was your way of trying to rub it in her face before she died. My opinion. There's no such thing as a good death. All deaths are painful because they leave a void in your life when it happens. There are things known as peaceful deaths where they just sleep away. But there's no such thing as a what you call it, a beautiful death, or whatever the fuck you just said. There's a peaceful death, or whatever. Whatever the fuck you just said. I lost my train of thought. All deaths are pain unless they sleep away. Pretty much. So I don't get that type of behavior. I don't. Every death I've been around or had the unfortunate privilege to witness always hurt. Because you'll never be able to see that person on this side again, let alone talk to that person. The memories remain in here and in here, but that person's gone. Even in my combat days, seeing the type of stuff over there, knowing what doesn't transpire. That's why I say there's no winners in war. Because when you take a life, you took somebody's father, brother, son, uncle. Because most people died with men. Women rarely died unless they were used as shields. And kids rarely died unless they were used as shields. Or if, Al-Qaeda decided to do a mass execution just to prove a point. And those were horrible things that I had the unfortunate thing of witnessing. And even though I ain't know those people, it still took a toll on me. It hurts. So there's no such thing as this beautiful death. Death is glorious. Death sucks. But we all got to do it. That is narcissistic behavior.
She recognized me, and I held her hand, and she said, Steve, don't let him resuscitate me. Don't let him treat me. I just want to die. I want to go. And I said, I know, Mom. Don't you have a living will? And she says, yes. She told me where to find it, how to go get it, which I agreed to do. And then she looked up at me with this look in her eyes that I'll never forget, and she says, I'm sorry. And I said, for what? She said, I ruined your life.
Now, that is bullshit. Once again, guys, did you not see how big this guy was as a kid? This guy has gaming systems in his house that allowed us, back when I was young, dream of owning. When everybody got the Xbox 360 back in like 2002, I couldn't get an Xbox 360. I couldn't get a Sega Dreamcast off the rip. I had to wait months. PlayStation 2 dropped. I had to wait months to get that shit. It wasn't that we were poor. I had to wait. Other kids had it. The privileged kids had it. People like us, no. I didn't wear Jordans and Nike. I wore FUBU to school, man. You have no idea what it's like to have a rough life. I lived in the projects. That's why I respect and I'm glad I have the things that I have now. I came from the projects, motherfucker. From the ghetto, to quote Too Short, where drugs run the neighborhood. You grew up in Virginia in a white collar town. And your mom apologizing for ruining your life? No. And I don't think she apologized. I believe you apologized to your mom for making her life hard. I believe she tried her best to do what she could with you, and you just didn't want to do it. Period. That's me keeping it real. I ain't want to hear no more of that shit. That's just horrible. Then he did say somebody thought his mom came back in touch, and I do believe in the afterlife. I do believe I have a guardian angel. I believe in that. My aunt, I remember my aunt died, and we had a funeral. It was back in '98. And I remember sitting on the swing at the park. We had the big eat at the park after the funeral service. And I remember feeling this gust of wind. And I remember looking to my right on the swing set, and I seen this beautiful white image. And my aunt was 103 when she passed. And I remember her saying, baby, don't be sad no more. Auntie's always going to be there for you. I remember seeing that. And I know a lot of people say, oh, you just under so much stress. I was 11 years old at the time. I love my aunt to death. You know, but people say, oh, you was under just so much stress, and that could put that, illusion in your head. And then for like a very long time, could nobody sleep in her room at my grandparents' house? And I could walk in her room and smell her scent. She's dipped this Garrett snuff. Some of you old time know what I'm talking about. The little gray container with the thick Garrett snuff. She's dipped the Garrett snuff, and she would always keep a little sugar and salt in a little old styrofoam cup by her bed. She would take a swig of that a day, and a little bit of garlic. And she loved orange apple slices. That's where I get it from, like the candy apple slices, the orange. I got a whole bin downstairs. I got it from her. But I could smell her scent every time I walk into that room, and she will hum Amazing Grace all the time. All the time. So I believe in the afterlife. That's just me. And I'm not passing my religious beliefs on anyone. That's just my religion. I have atheist friends, and when we get together, we don't talk about religion. We talk about real world shit. I don't judge them, and they don't judge me. So I'm not trying to pass my religion. I'm just saying that's what I believe. That's me. That's what I believe. So his mom, he probably imagined his mom touching it. It could have been. Could have been. I believe in the afterlife. Just saying. That's just me. I ain't gonna know till I actually do this here. And dead men don't talk, so y'all won't know until y'all do that there. Just say it.
His video too much, so I don't know exactly where it's going to go.
Some of you may know this about me, but my mom passed.
Okay, yeah, then he was trying to get all the sympathy for a while. Then he got to 100,000 subs. He kept doing cringe shit. We're gonna keep fast forward, just doing cringe shit. And let's see, about right here. Let me get right here. Another ad. You know it's gonna be a fucking ad. I told you. Fucking told you. Another fucking goddamn ad.
I heard about healthcare.gov on the radio, and with the new law, it was really affordable. It only took me 30 minutes.
I said, I don't want to go through all Miss Snowflake's video. God damn.
A month.
They trying to get paid.
Counseling.
Gotta get that money, man. God damn. All right. So, like I say, Boogie talked about he was molested and all this fucking bullshit. So we're gonna watch this part right here. That I'm in this video here.
Yeah, so like my mom was like pretty up when it came to sex. And she's like, only dirty people have sex, only disgusting people have sex. Your father's disgusting because he's had women. And I'm like, didn't you guys make me? Yes, but we only 3 times to have me, your brother, your sister. You're like, you should never want to be with a girl. And like one day my dad.
So his mom apparently told him not to fuck. They only had sex 3 times, and thus they had only 3 kids. Was Boogie and his sister and brother. That makes no absolute sense. That story don't even add up. That makes no fucking sense at all. Like, it makes no sense. I'm sorry. It don't. It makes no sense.
The alcoholic, you know, he's like, hey, dude, like, listen, like, your mom's gone. Like, do you know what porn is? And I'm like, no. And he's like, here's a magazine. Like, this is what women are. This is like, this is healthy and normal. And like, let me show you, because you're gonna want to learn them. Hey, let me show you how to masturbate. Here, you can.
So his dad pretty much showed him how to masturbate. What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
He offers you like, yeah, that's what my dad did.
No way.
Damn, he was a beast.
Oh.
No way your dad jerked you off?
No, my dad made me touch him. I think
Made you say, wait.
Ah.
This guy was
So see, nice of him said his dad made him touch him. So his dad told Boogie, put your hand on my dick like this here and do this here. Do anybody believe that shit? Get the fuck. And this is stuff that I never see until I watch this whole documentary. I'm like, what? What the fuck? What is this? That's all excuses for Boogie to act out. I'm telling you.
by his dad.
You took care of him? Is that what you're saying? Or?
No, like, he made me touch it, but I didn't really do it. Yeah, I didn't like finish him or
And
anything
at
like
that
that.
moment, Stephen's personality was completely shaped.
Yeah,
Seriously,
like,
Boogie's like begging everyone. Let me tell you about when I got molested. Let me tell you about when I got molested. It'll be sick.
Hey, Boogie, so there's a guy that's been posting 2 pictures on your Twitter, and one you, oh, yeah, I saw this. Yeah, it's, I don't know, man, like, people are crazy.
Listen. There are just some things you don't talk about. Unless you're talking to your therapist. My stomach growling. Yeah, I heard that. I believe some things you just take to the grave. If your dad actually had you do that to him, I feel sorry for you as an individual, and they'll make your dad a piece of shit. Because I'm a father of 2 kids, right? And a lot of you guys know my son's autistic. So I worry about him being taken advantage of every day at school and stuff like that. People touching him the wrong way. You know, stuff like that because he can't really talk right now. So I'm trying to teach him other ways to tell people if somebody's doing something to you, let us know. My daughter knows anybody touch you that shouldn't be touching you there, you better tell somebody immediately. Okay, period. I don't give a fuck who it is. You tell someone. You tell. Even if my wife touches the wrong way, tell me. It's gonna be some bullshit. If I touch her the wrong way, I told her, you tell your mom. We don't play that shit around here. We don't play that shit. Call 911. She trust me. She got a phone. Call 911. We don't play that shit around here. At all. Period. Bar fucking none. Okay? I just think there are some things that just shouldn't be said. It just shouldn't be said. Period. And I don't know why Boogie would want to go on social media and talk about his parents like that. That's just, I think he wanted the sympathy points. That's just me. That's just me. We finna get in this video here, guys. So I work on the other 2 real quick.
My mother never raped me. My mother did molest me. She never, like, forced me to have sex with her, but she did molest me. It's a simple thing.
See?
I don't know why people are like that. What the heck?
I can't watch no more, dude. We're gonna watch part 2 probably next week, and then we'll react to the other ones here on a live stream. But yeah, you guys can go watch the rest. It's on Mr. Snowflake's channel. That's part 1 of a 4-part documentary about Boogie2988. That's some horrible shit. That's just horrible shit. I mean, his mom died. He's talking about his mom now. His dad died. His mom and dad both molested him. That makes no sense to me at all. Like I said, it's a part on here. He's going to go to the cemetery, call his brother from the cemetery, and told his brother, well, now at this time, Boogie has Oh, got some here. Got some here. Oh yeah, got a package. 1 second, guys. All right, back to what I was saying. I got that package, man. I've been waiting on that shit. But yeah. Anyway, that concludes the Boogie2988. I'm finna sit here. I gotta knock out 2 more things real quick, and that will conclude my day. I gotta do this members stream. Gonna be about some police shit, and I gotta talk about vegan games. Now I gotta make my Veterans Day video. So with that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. We'll get part 2 next week of Boogie2988. I'm out, guys. Peace.